Oh, hello, my young witches and wizards. Lamphanius, put on your listening ears and let's begin. Today's story is called Jenny's Journey, Part 1. Jenny was out walking as she liked to do, music playing in her head, making her sing to herself. The path was empty and there was no wind, just the tweet of birds in the trees. Suddenly she noticed something shining in a bush, making her stop and look. As she bent down and got closer, there was a sudden flash of light and a tickling feeling in her feet. When the tickling stopped, Jenny could see she was not on the path anymore, but in a field with nothing around her except beautiful green grass. Wind whistled round her ears, making Jenny suddenly hear a voice. "Hello? You actually here?" It sounded like a little girl. Jenny looked around and couldn't see anyone. The voice came again. "Hello? Are you Jenny?" Shocked, Jenny span round, searching for where this voice was coming from. "Look at your feet, Jenny," said the voice. And Jenny did, looking at the grass flopping around her feet, but she still could not see anyone. Then, all of a sudden, the grass began to shine, and something shot up in the air and stopped right in front of her face. Are you a fairy?" asked Jenny. "Yes," the little ball of light said, "but not just any fairy. I am your fairy." Jenny frowned, smiled and laughed all at the same time. "My fairy? I have a fairy?" she asked. "Of course you do. Everyone does," said the fairy. "But why don't people know that?" asked Jenny. "Because only those that believe in us can actually see us," said the fairy. Jenny sat down with a thump, shocked but also very excited. She couldn't speak for a moment, but then asked, "So, what is your name?" "Tickle Popple Stopple Flop," said the fairy. "Ticky Bendy Pinky Plop?" asked Jenny, still shocked. The fairy said her name again. "Tickle Popple Stopple Flop. But you can call me Tick, if it makes it easier." "Yes, Tick is much better," said Jenny. "But why and how did I get here? And where am I?" Tick flew down and landed on Jenny's knee. "You are in exactly the same place you were before. Just 3,000 years in the past, as that is where we live. In the past." Jenny was confused. "But why am I here?" "Because we need you to help us," said Tick. "Very few people believe in fairies, and without fairies the world would be a disaster." "How?" asked Jenny. Tick waved her tiny wand and a split appeared in the sky, showing a black rumbling wind. "This is what really is up there. We only hide it with magic. Every time something nice happens, it is us making it happen. We love to make people happy, but if people do not believe in us, we will all disappear, and nice things will disappear too." Jenny had a feeling she wanted to help. "What can I do?" she asked. "The time for that will come, Jenny. Let us eat." Tick took Jenny across the field, through the tree line, stopping in a clearing on the other side. There was silence. But then the air was filled with sparkling lights and beautiful music all around them. Jenny was amazed at all the fairies. "There must be millions," she said. Her excitement was interrupted. "Sadly, only thousands." "We used to be millions," said Tick. We need you to spread the word and to get the world believing once again. How do I do that? Asked Jenny. It will not be simple, Jenny. The journey will be long, difficult and tricky, but also exciting. Will you do it? Will you save us? But I'll be missed by my parents, said Jenny. No, because the realm you need to travel to is magical. One day in that realm is but 1 second in your world. You will not be missed, I promise. Then I must do it, said Jenny. But why do I have to travel to another realm to rescue you in this realm, when I am from my own realm? Tip replied, it is confusing, but your realm was made from the other realm, and they lost their belief in fairies first. So your realm was born not believing in fairies. So fix that realm's belief in fairies, and fix your own belief in fairies. Then when do I start? Asked Jenny. And you'll have to wait for that in part 2. And that's all we have for today's story. Thank you very much for joining me. Please come back next time and we'll continue with part 2. And until then, Fuzzlepip, out!